So, my people, following up to the recent fire outbreak at Sodom and Gomorrah, most of you did not understand what I meant when I said history has repeated itself. One thing you must take cognizance of is TB Joshua. I'll keep making reference to TB Joshua. Joshua and Chris Oyakhilome were drinking from the same cup. Their mode of operation is more or less, if not exactly the same. And I keep making reference to the lives that were lost when that shrine of TB Joshua collapsed. Most of you don't take these things too serious because you do not see what we see. You do not have that third eye or that critical mind that can question certain things, certain anomalies that happen within these shrines that you call churches. The fire outbreak might have destroyed lives. The fire outbreak might have affected families. But what is bothering me at this moment is the fact that journalists and media houses are not permitted to report on this matter. Access to this shrine is tightly restricted. And the question that I'm asking myself now, and that I should inspire you to be asking, is why is Chris Oyakhilome suppressing media coverage? Why is he suppressing journalists to investigate and to report? Because this is a matter of life and death. You never know how many people might have been affected by this fire. Was it an explosion? Or was it just fire that erupted from nowhere? We both know that when fire erupts the way that it erupted and caused such a huge flame and destroyed so much property in that shrine, there's no way that entire building was empty. There are workers that work there. There are employees that are forever inside there. It was on a Sunday. So chances are there were people inside. So if there were people inside, who has been giving them medical attention? There is no any sign of an ambulance that has been seen on this crime scene. The only thing that we have noticed are fire brigades that are putting off the fire, of which the property is not more important than the lives of people that might be affected or that might have been affected. Are there any casualties involved? And if there are, is Chris Oyakhilome trying to cover them up? You can't tell me no one has affected. That I say no to. It's impossible. On a Sunday. And this is where people gather for their service. And you tell me there's no single person, no single injury sustained. I object, Your Honor. It's impossible. It's either there are many people that lost their lives in that shrine, and Chris is covering it up. And that's why he does not want journalists and media to report on this. I saw a video that he did saying we are going to build a much more beautiful auditorium. That doesn't matter. What matters at this moment are the lives of people. The building can go to hell for all I care. But if there are people that can get medical assistance, they need to be attended to as soon as possible. But that's not being made possible because Chris doesn't want the world to know how many people suffered or how many people perished in that shrine. This is on a Sunday, my people. There's no way there was no one in that building. Impossible. Impossible. There are people that were affected, and Chris doesn't want the world to know. There are people that might have died, and Chris doesn't want people to know. That's why he doesn't want journalists to report. That's why he doesn't want the media to report on this incident. Some journalists from a video that I've seen, they are being threatened with violence by Chris Oyakhilome's personnel, security detail. That if you come anywhere near or closer to this scene, we'll confiscate your recording equipment, your cameras, and we might even beat the hell out of you people. The question is why? This is the very same thing that happened with TB Joshua. My people, count your teeth using your tongue. This is the very same thing that happened when that shrine of TB Joshua collapsed. Do you know there could be no one that died if proper assistance was given at the earliest possible time after the collapse of that building? But TB Joshua deliberately delayed the entire teams and rescue teams that wanted to assist. Journalists were prohibited. Media houses were prohibited. He managed to control the narrative and made it look like he was in charge of everything that was going on. Otherwise, if help had been permitted at an earlier stage, lives could have been saved. It took 3 days. 3 days for the rebels to be removed from TB Joshua's shrine, for people to be rescued. 3 days. Come on, think about this. A building collapses today. TB Joshua fences the entire shrine, does not permit the police to come and do their investigation, does not allow media teams to come and do their investigation. Journalists were not permitted. It's only after 3 days that's when they started moving the rebels and rescuing people. And you still tell me that this is normal? Come on, you must be deep in your gullibility. You must be so, I don't know how to describe you, my people. I wouldn't say you are brainwashed, but you are brain damaged if you think this is normal. This can't be normal. It's impossible. And that's the very same thing that Chris Oyakhilome is doing now. There is no any help, no any trucks, no any ambulances that have been seen coming out of that place or going into that place. Why? So if there are people that perished inside there, which means no one is going to know. These are people that might get professional medical assistance and help, but Chris is deliberately making sure that these people don't get the help that they deserve or that they must get, simply because he cares so much about his image. His image is at stake. He doesn't want his name to be synonymous with people having died after a fire break at his shrine. He's more important than anyone else. Think about this, my people. I'm just trying to inspire you to think about this. Think through. And to the journalists in Nigeria, I know all of you are scared of these mafias. Of course, you have every right to be scared. These men can do and undo. They can come after you. They can come after your entire families. They can come after anything associated to you. The rats, the ants, the cockroaches at your house. They will come after you and make sure that you suffer. But something is fishy. Something is fishy. Chris is hiding something. I'm not going to buy the narrative that there's no one who was affected. That is hoax. That I won't buy. There's no way lives were not affected there. It's impossible. Lives were affected. People were affected. And Chris is hiding it. He's hiding it. He doesn't want his image to be tainted with this ritual that he has just done. It's a ritual. And I say it again, this is a ritual. Just like what his brother TB Joshua did. That's how they sustain their shrines. They make human sacrifices. And you are next. You are next. You that is defending them. That he's a man of God. He's a holy man of God. You are next. You. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm next. And when it comes, you won't see it coming. But don't say we didn't warn you. Don't say we didn't warn you. There's more that is to this, my people. And we'll keep digging. We'll keep digging. And if you have a family member that is there present at that shrine, I know you'll be bribed to be silent so that this doesn't get to the media. But they deserve justice because they were sacrificed. Think about it. Let me know what you think in the comments.